Bro, they really just did that. They really just camped the spawn point 5 seconds into the arc. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I need a minute, a genuine minute to process what I just witnessed in JJK Season 3, Episode 3. That was a tongue twister. But yeah, it just dropped, and the Culling Games isn't just a battle royale anymore. It's a broken lobby filled with toxic grifters. If you thought the Shibuya incident was peak stress, yo, you were wrong. This episode proves that Kinjaku servers are lagging. Gravity is optional, and Yuji Itadori is getting stream sniped by literal jets. Because we're doing a deep dive into Tokyo #1 colony entry, the absolute toxicity of these players, and that insane cliffhanger. Let's get into it. Okay, for context, we are deep in the weeds now. The Culling Games has started. The rules are set. It's basically Fortnite if the storm killed you instantly and there were no building mechanics. Our main objective is to find Hiromi Higuruma. We need to get those 100 points to add a new rule to save Megami's sister. Sounds simple, right? Just drop in, loot up, find a lawyer, 1v1, and get those points. Wrong. Nothing in JJK is simple. Today we're breaking down episode 7, entry. We're going to talk about the tactical disaster of the drop. Absolutely RNG trap. Yuji's 1v2 against the jet couple who have clearly been playing this game too long. You know those types. And the introduction of Rena Mai, who is playing like a total bot right now, but we love him to death. If you love seeing Yuji Itadori suffer but look cool doing it like his name was Dante from Devil May Cry, smash that button. It helps the algorithm, and honestly it helps me cope the trauma with Gege Akatomi gives us weekly. Subscribe if you're new. We're covering every single frame from season 3. Let's get into this section. Alright, so let's start with the opening sequence. So we see Yuji and Megami pass through the barrier, right? And I'm thinking, okay, squad mode activate. They're gonna land together, cover each other's 6, but here is the catch, and this is the first major "what do you mean" moment in the episode. We assume logically that because they enter the barrier together at the same time, they'll spawn in the same location like a normal party system, right? But Kinjaku designed a trash game. The barriers erupt, transport mechanism scattered them. Megami goes one way, Yuji goes the other. It's a forced server disconnect, and this is terrifying because their entire strategy relied on the do quate meta. Megami has the brains and the versatility, Yuji has the raw stats and durability. Apart, they are vulnerable. This established at the tone immediately. Confusion. You not plan for this. This is pure RNG. And can we talk about the fall damage? Yuji doesn't have curse technique to float. He doesn't have a glider to reploy. Like, he just free falls here and tanks the landing like his name was the Hulk in the Avengers. What I'm talking about, he didn't take no landing, he tanked a hit while he was trying to land by this jet girl right here. But let me tell you her name. Her name is Hania, and her husband's name is Haba, the helicopter guy. And yeah, he's about to get jumped in this situation because this man is about to put the beats on these two like it was nothing to boot. But before we get there, let's talk about the design. The one lady who has the hair, we already said her name, not going to try to say it again. Her hair turns into a jet engine. That's her curse technique. And her husband right there, it just turns into a helicopter propeller. You know what I'm talking about. You ever watch Inspector Gadget? Yeah, the hat, the bowler hat. Yeah, same exact thing. I mean, he doesn't use his hands. He just go here and hit the cross. But hey, still, it's kind of. But JJK does this thing where they take a goofy concept and make it lethal. These two, they're not lethal at all. They're spawn campers for a reason. They made the legit mistake in spawn camping Yuji Itadori, literally the main character of the story. He put work in where works need to be put in, and right now he's about to put in that work. He takes out the wife with ease. He throws a part of the building, a constructed building, at her and just takes her out the fight. Then he decided to go ahead and take the fight inside to take on the husband, and the husband decided to go ahead and destroy the building with his helicopter propeller hair like a dumbass. He's seen his wife tank this man through a building with an explosion right behind it, and he just decided to ignore that fact. That's just ignorant. So he decides to extend those propellers, taking out the building, trying to chop up Itadori. Itadori says, alright, bet, I'm gonna just hit you on top of your head. Because guess what? That's just your hair, dog. And he knocks him out cold. Well, you thought he was knocked out cold. He got right back up, still ready to fight. Then Itadori knocks him out cold right there, hit him on the other side of his head, if you know what I'm saying. Then we see Rena Mai, the NPC in the bush. So he's been watching from the shadows, looking terrified the whole entire time. While Yuji is handling business and wrecking these campers, we see this guy watching from the sidelines. So am I now, for the anime only watchers, you're probably thinking, who is this random nervous guy? This is such a cool detail. Am I recognize Itadori? not as a sorcerer, but from his past. He knows him from West High. He calls him the Tiger of West High. Yeah, remember that sniss from season 1? No one talks about season 1 anymore. It was all happy-go-lucky before that boy ate that finger, I'll tell you that. But nevertheless, I do love this because it grounds the story here. Sometimes we forget Yuji had a life before eating that finger. My seeing him here is like seeing a celebrity, but in a death match. Yo, imagine Kim Kardashian in a death match. Y'all would be freaking losing your mind. In the middle of the purge, you just see that white girl running around. Oh my God. So Amaya is critical here because he serves as our guide. He realizes that sticking with the tiger is the best survival strategy, and you can't blame him. He's in the middle of a death match. We all seen that movie, and he has 0 skills and 0 kills in this situation. Just trying to make it to the final circle. He knows where Higuruma is. See, I was gonna talk about Higuruma here, but yeah, I'm not, because that's on next episode. And I read the manga, so don't worry about it. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of the video. Go ahead, you heard me beforehand. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. See you guys later. The episode picks up right where we left off. Yuji and Megami step into the Tokyo #1 colony, and boom, they're immediately forcibly separated. It's a brutal move, probably orchestrated by Kenjaku, and it just shatters their plan to stick together. From this moment on, they are alone, and the episode uses the isolation to build 2 totally different kinds of tension. Almost immediately, they run into someone who says they're a guide. Yuji meets the young dude, Renamai, who's like, hey, I know you from high school. But in reality, Yuji was a middle schooler, and this man was so scared he was gonna get his ass beat by a middle schooler, so he just folded on sight. That's why he actually didn't tell him, hey, I know you from high school, and offers to lead him where Higuruma is in Aikabukuro. Then you have Megami, who gets approached by this woman, Remy, who also promised to take him to Higuruma, but she tells him that he's in Shinjuku. Like, come on, bro, that's an immediate red flag right then and there. One of them is being lied to, and this simple little lie just established the main theme of the Culling Games: trust no one. This game ain't just about being strong, it's about manipulation, and our boys just got dealt their first hand in a crooked game. Hikari should be familiar in this sense. Alright, let's be real. This is the main event of the episode, for real. It's the introduction of Hiromi Higuruma, and to get why this guy is such a threat, we gotta look at his backstory. The episode hits us with a flashback, and bro, it's not even like a shonen anime anymore. It feels like a whole ass legal thriller, and it's fire. You ever watch Suits? Yeah, it's like Suits. See, Higuruma wasn't a sorcerer. He was a defense attorney, a straight up genius who passed the bar easy. He was driven by this almost naive belief in justice, always defending the weak and the wrongfully accused. We see him in this element, a guy who took the hard cases because he thought it was his job to see the truth, even when the system itself wanted to be blind. But the idealism is exactly what breaks him. The episode focused on this one case of this dude named Kenta Oi, who was convicted of murder, even though the evidence pretty much screamed that he is guilty. Like, bro picked up a bloody knife in the middle of the street. Who does that? You gotta see that and walk and mind your business. And Higuruma had this conversation amongst themselves. Higuruma actually believed that Oi was not the man that committed that murder charge. For Higuruma, this isn't just a lost case. It's the final proof that the entire justice system is broken. In a moment of just pure despair and rage, he snaps. His curse technique awakens. I mean, he had a mallet on him. It had to awaken beforehand. Bro was just hitting it like he was the judge itself. He just literally had himself looking like a fool in everybody else's eyes. Majority of the people, somebody probably seen that curse Shinigami right behind him. And while that was going on, he was demanding a retrial on his own damn terms. Yo, this backstory is crucial. It doesn't just paint Higuruma as some villain, but as some tragic figure, a man whose insane potential got corrupted by the very system he believed in. And get this, when you get back to the present, we learn the result of all this is just 12 days with 0 training. This dude become a grade 1 sorcerer and racks up at least 100 points in the Culling game. That means he smoked at least 20 sorcerers to get those points. He's a born prodigy at this shit. With Higuruma's chilling backstory set, we go back to Yuji as Amai leads him through Aikabukuro, and we finally get to the theater where Higuruma is just waiting for him, sitting calmly in a bathtub with his suit on. Like, what the fuck? There's a big scary aura. Higuruma is just detached, calm, and completely aloof at this point. Like, if I can play the music for this scene for you, man, they are snapping. Then we see Yuji being Yuji, making a case for his 100 points to add a rule so players can transfer points. It could help them stop the game without more killing. Higuruma just says no, straight up. He argues about the Culling Games rules with the clear consequences are more fair than the bullshit legal system he left behind. And that's the cliffhanger the episode leaves us on, with Yuji, a boy who's eaten up by guilt, facing a man who's made himself judge, jury, and executioner. You know a fight is coming. The stage is set. He hits him with a domain expansion as soon as the fight was initiated. So then we see Megami Fushiguro walk through a damn trap. I mean, it was so obvious from the jump. The episode cuts back and forth between them, showing how different the situations are. The girl Remy, who was sketchy from the start, leads him into Shigoku and right into an ambush. And then we meet another big player, Reggie Star. This is one of the reincarnated sorcerers Kenjaku brought back for the game. Yo, he's the one who sent Remy out to find strong players, and he immediately gets interested in Megami Fushiguro. I mean, that's just his name, Potential Man, isn't it? And this man Reggie just explains to Megami that, okay, it seems like you know the rules and what is going on with the Culling Games for real, because it seems like you know Kenjaku. After the fact, Megami answered Reggie's question straight up like a dumbass. He didn't mention Tengen, of course. That was a great move by him, but hey, you just straight up answer an ops question like that? Come on. Thanks to the explanation that Reggie Star actually provided Megami, he came to the realization that, yo, the strong will just weed out the weak. Y'all don't even know what that means yet.